What's up, all you cool ghouls and friendly fiends? Welcome to Crypt of Classics, presented by House of the Unusual. My name is Joe, and today we are going to talk about the 1933 movie, Night of Terror. Now, Night of Terror was released by Columbia Pictures on April 24th, 1933, and is a pre-code horror film starring Bela Lugosi, Celly Blaine, Wallace Ford, and Tully Marshall. It was directed by Benjamin Stoloff, produced by Brian Foy, and written by Beatrick Van, William Jacobs, and Lester Nielsen. From a story entitled The Public Be Damned by Willard Mack. The film has a runtime of 1 hour and 5 minutes and is absolutely fantastic take on the old dark house theme. Alright, so if you guys have never seen this movie yet, you are in for a treat. However, there are going to be some spoilers here towards the end of the review. So, stop it right now. Go ahead and watch it, come back, and then click on the video. So what I'm going to do here, I'm sure a lot of people out there have seen it or have watched a review on it or whatnot. But what I want to do today is just do a brief kind of synopsis of the story and then get in a little bit about the secret passages and hidden compartments in this story and how it really pertains to the plot in here. So, alright, Night of Terror. A hideous maniacal murderer who only kills after sundown and leaves newspaper clippings attached to his victims keeps eluding local authorities. A young scientist, Dr. Arthur Hornsby, played by George Meeker, has claimed to develop a way of dying and then being revived with a special serum. When his wealthy uncle, Richard Reinhardt, played by Tully Marshall, is murdered, people begin to suspect the maniac is responsible and loose in the mansion. After Reinhardt's will has been read, several family members arrive at the house and begin to argue over how the money is being distributed. Of course, you got to argue over the money. Got to love family. Despite the setbacks, Dr. Hornsby continues with his plan of being buried alive in order to prove his serum works. Alright, after John Reinhardt, played by Bryant Washburn, is murdered, all house guests are moved into the dining room and locked in by the police. The lights are dimmed while house servant Sika, played by Mary Frey, holds a seance. Mysteriously, a knife is plunged through her chair and into her back, leaving her dead. No one has entered or exited the room, and no one in the room is the murderer. Soon after, Mary Reinhardt, played by Celly Blaine, is taken by a masked person who emerges from behind a hidden door in the wall. She is then put in a basement room as the masked man exits through another secret door behind the shelf. From a crate outside Mary's door, the maniac crawls out and grabs her just as reporter Tom Hartley, played by Wallace Ford, and Sika, played by Bela Lugosi, enter the room while investigating her screams. Tom shoots the maniac, who then falls into a wall shelf that reveals the hidden tunnel. Sika investigates the mysterious passage and finds Dr. Hornsby. Sika captures and turns him over to police, explaining the fake burial and how a series of secret passages and tunnels were used to commit the murders in order for Hornsby to be the sole surviving inheritor. The use of secret tunnels and doors were a main plot device for this story and proved that Dr. Hornsby had put much planning into his diabolical scheme. Without the use of such passageways of stealthy movement, Dr. Hornsby would have had a much harder time committing his murders and moving about stealthily to do so. So as I think we've talked about before, and also in the podcast on House of the Unusual, we talked about my love for secret tunnels, hidden passageways, and how they pertain to the stories and how that they are instrumental to the plot, because a lot of how these killers start moving around and how they commit their crimes are the use of secret passages, and usually it's in an old dark house, a big dark castle, something like that, so that you have all these passages and secret rooms built in, and different compartments and bookshelves and beds to hide usually jewels or money or maybe family wills, stuff like that. So it always, I always liked that aspect. I always wondered, why were these things put into houses in the first place? What were the reason that, say, there would be a secret passage from one room to another? That always kind of struck me as odd that somebody would do it, but you never know what the reasons were. So it's always something that's always been on my mind. Let us know in the comments what you think. Why people would build secret passages into these old mansions or old castles. Now, I could definitely see the reason for castles, maybe in the medieval times, if you had to move somebody secretly out of a room, if there was an attack going on, or something else, nefarious going on in the castle, and you had to move a person from one room to another. But for modern times, and I'm talking maybe 1800s, early 1900s, what would be the reason for secret passages to be built in a house? Let us know in the comments. Also, at the end of this movie, now this is I have to admit, this is one of my favorite movies, not only because Bela Lugosi is in it, and he plays a very minor role, but because of the use of secret passages, hidden tunnels, all that. The story is absolutely fantastic. And then at the end, there is there's kind of like a double surprise. One of it is how the plot unfolds, and how they're able to uncover Dr. Hornsby's, his plot to be the sole survivor. And then the maniac who's going around killing, at the end, he kind of breaks the fourth wall, and he addresses the audience and tells them not to, give away the plot, or he's going to come after you. And it's very spooky. This is really indicative of, there not being a code at the time, because this is something that, you actually have somebody on screen threatening the audience. And I think after the Hays Code took effect in 1934, something like this probably wouldn't have made it past the people, maybe. I really don't think so, but it is really cool to see that, and how it does break the fourth wall. So there is two kind of surprises at the end. So let us know what you think about the movie here. And this is, there's the back of it, but here's the front of it. Awesome cover. I would really love to find a poster. This posters are really hard to find, even lobby cards. So if you guys have any or find any, man, good luck to you, and keep them close, because they are very hard to find. So let us know what you think about this movie in the comments. Did you like this movie or not? And I think out of 5 stars, man, I'm going to have to give this 4.5 maybe. I don't know if it's a complete 5, but I'm going to have to say 4.5. Now, this can change, week after week, depending on how I'm feeling. But right now, man, I'm feeling it as a 4.5. So let us know what you think in the comments. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button. Like the video. Check us out every week here on House of the Unusual. We're always putting up different videos. We have Chuck Caputo's Magic as well. Eddie's putting up videos too. And then every Wednesday we do a podcast, House of the Unusual, that comes out around midnight Eastern time on that following Thursday. So as soon as we get done recording it, Eddie makes sure that it is put out real quick. So definitely check us out. And we talk about mail order novelties, classic horror, sci-fi, pop culture, all that good stuff. And it's just kind of whoever we have on there, it's just a recording of us having a discussion. It's an excellent time. And if you'd like to be a guest on there, let us know. Check us out, HouseOfTheUnusual.com. We do have a free forum site there. People are always posting cool pictures of their collection, stuff they're looking for, questions on items that they may have come across. So it's a good time. Check us out, HouseOfTheUnusual.com. So thanks for joining us, and I will see you next week with our new Cryptic Classics review. And just like every week, this coming Wednesday, I'll be talking briefly about the movie, give you guys a chance to watch it, and then the following week, I'll be posting my review on here. So you have a week to check out the video if you haven't seen it before, or if you need to review it after several years. So, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next week.